Well, as you can see, the barn door just ripped right off, right here off of this 1x4 that I had put on previously. Beautiful day here at our homestead, but it's also been a windy day. It's early March now. It's March the 8th, and the winds have been howling, which is nice. And the old saying goes that March comes in like a lion and out like a lamb. We'll see if it actually goes out like a lamb. But the big deal for us right now is that the wind actually ripped our barn door off of the side of the barn. So we've got a little repair work to do today. Well, as you can see, the barn door just ripped right off, right here off of this 1x4 that I had put on previously. The 1x4 was rotting earlier, so we tried to do a little repair, and it worked really well, except when this door opens up, it opens up right into the wind. And yesterday, the winds were howling so badly. When Anna came out to get something out of here, she opened the door and the wind gust just took it right out of her hands and right onto the ground. So the main thing we're going to do today is we're going to take off this 1x4 that we had put on previously. I've gotten one more, and we're going to put that in. And we're also going to realign the hinges so that we can hopefully get a little bit better of a fit for the door and see if we can get this guy back up and operational. Unfortunately, I really wanted to see if I could shift the door and have the hinges on the other side, but I'm afraid it's just not going to be as good of a fit. We've got a much more secure side over here on the left side. So that's the way it goes. We're going to make the best of it, and let's get to work. Well, like a lot of projects, this one doesn't always go smoothly. There were a few screws I had to back out. They were a little too long, so they were going through some of the older wood in this barn. But we've got it hung. I think that door will hold. You may have seen, actually I'll show you real quick, this door is just catching the wind. That's just the way it's laid out, where it opens up to. So you can see right here, and the wind just kind of quickly grabs it and pulls it a hold. So not much we can do about that. As I said, I can't really change the position of the hinges, but we've got it fixed and now we can use it again. So now we got to clean up. In addition to this work on the barn, we've had a busy few days. We haven't actually put any videos together, partly because I've been out of town and also Melinda has been a little sick. But a few days ago, Melinda and the kids got busy putting in our strawberry plants, as well as really just kind of getting things ready for some of the other plants that we're going to be putting in. Our seeds are due to arrive about any day now. As I said in a previous video, we actually got a little bit of a late start on that, but believe it or not, as nice and warm as it has been these last several days, it's actually supposed to turn rather cool this weekend and possibly even snow. And snow in March in North Carolina is, at least in central North Carolina, is pretty unusual. So, but let's take a look real quick at some of the work that they got to do in putting those plants in.
All right, well, Melinda here. John left, he went out of town today, but yesterday our 30 strawberry plants and 1 grapevine arrived earlier than expected because we've had unseasonably warm weather. We were initially sent an email saying it'd arrive middle of March, and it is today, February 26th, and it arrived on the 25th. We did not have time to plant it before John went out of town, so I've been trying to get some things planted. So here are some of our strawberry plants. I got several in the ground today. Obviously it's going to be sort of a circle, and I did not get to finish those before it was dark, and also I'm going to put something in the middle. So I don't know if it's going to work or not, but what I've done for overnight is I've planted all the cluster. This is a cluster of 10 strawberry plants. This is a cluster of 10 strawberry plants, and I have just planted them in soil inside the box they came in. The roots need to be protected overnight. I think it'll be fine. I'll plant them first thing in the morning. Also, I planted the grapevine, so we will see how it comes. The challenge I'm going to have tomorrow is to finish planting those and to keep our chickens out of the strawberry plants until they're mature enough to handle it. So tomorrow I'm going to be dealing with fencing and maybe just putting a ring of chicken wire around here or hardware cloth around it. They need protection for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, maybe not even, and then the chickens can go and pick all the bugs off they want. So tomorrow, bright and early, is going to be a busy day, and I'll be ready to have John back in a couple of days.
So as you can see, they worked really hard. We actually wound up having to put some of the wire fencing around at least these boxes right here and around the circular part in our driveway where we also put strawberries, mainly to keep the chickens out. And this is kind of an imperfect solution. The chickens can actually still get through, at least some of them can get through the larger openings in this fence. But in general, it's working out pretty well. So strawberry plants doing great so far. Last but not least for today, just a quick update on the chickens. So last week we were able to get 3 additional hens. So that brings the total size of our flock up to 16 now. And we are just simply rolling in the eggs right now. We've got a lot of eggs that are coming in. I think we've gotten a dozen in a single day a couple of different times, which is good because our family eats eggs and we eat a lot of them. So it's really good for us to have that. But the bigger deal is, as you can see behind me right here, they have really continued to tear up this area. And let me get in and see if I can find one particular spot. You can see right here where they have really gone to work and scratching up the ground. And if I were to pull back a lot of the leaves, you would see that this ground is really well tilled. So that's the benefit of using the chickens instead of actually coming out here with a tiller and turning the ground. They've done the work for us, so I didn't have to, which is good. And also, it's much more natural. This is the way that this is the way God intended for it to be. So there is a good layer of topsoil here. It has been scratched and turned, and we're ready now to take that big pile of mulch that we've got back there and go ahead and bring it in and start covering this area. We're gonna plant directly into the ground. Not in the beginning. We're gonna get our seeds. We're gonna get them started. We've got some little seed starter trays. But once they get up, we're actually gonna bring them right out here, put them straight into the ground, and get them going. So that brings us to the end for today. I'm going to cut it short. As I said, Melinda has been under the weather, so we're trying to take care of her. It's very difficult when Mom goes down because everybody has a lot of things that they need and they want, and when Mom can't provide for them because she's sick and needing to sleep, it means that we've got a lot of unmet needs around here. So I'm trying to step in and fill in as best I can. I'm in no way as good as Mom is, but I'm going to try my best. Thanks again for coming along with us as we cultivate real life out here on our homestead.